Hello, welcome to Witches Collection Chronicles. I'm here with our guest today. Hello, Riley. How are you doing?
Hello, I am fine, thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, tell us a little bit about what your path looks like.
What do you mean by that?
Are you a pagan? What do you believe? Are there any words you use to describe yourself?
Uh, just, don't really have one set path, if that's the correct terminology to use, really. Just sort of anything and everything.
Nice. Do you like not like labels then?
I just don't understand. It's not that I don't like labels. It's just that I find labels hold. I used to lose for a lot of things. Is that labels? I think then have it as one whole section. Because by saying I think that by labelling yourself as one thing, that means if you try and believe or do something else, then people are like, oh, so you're not that, you're this. It's like, no.
Yeah, it like puts you in a box.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been like into witchy, spiritual, woo-woo stuff for? That's the correct term.
Woo stuff, yes. I started looking into it back when I was in year 8. Just out of pure boredom. Yeah, pure boredom. And I didn't realise how large a community, we'll go with that, it is. Large grouping it is, and I just sort of fell. I don't know loads, you definitely know more than me, but I know an amount.
Don't put yourself down. No, you know loads.
I know loads about random. I know loads about one thing.
What's the one thing? Do you share?
The mythological side.
Slay.
But
Okay.
then again, you know a bit more than me.
No, you know loads.
I know it more in a modern sense.
Have you got a particular favourite deity?
I quite like Hephaestus.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Why? What's the appeal?
I just.
Or do you just really hate Hera?
What's the word? There's a word for when. There's a word people use when they say they're like a certain person. Yeah, I got nothing. Essentially, I understand Hephaestus.
Empathise?
That's the word, empathise.
Got you.
Because his story's very sad, and no matter how hard he tried, they never saw him as perfect. And I just thought with that, and also he's really cool.
He is really cool.
Really cool, and
Big up Hephaestus.
Yeah, he
If he's
isn't talked
listening.
about, and in all the media that portray all the gods and that, he's not done a lot.
No, I know. When was the last time I saw him in something? I think he was in Lore Olympus. Oh, and he was like briefly in Percy Jackson, wasn't he?
Yes, he was
He
in the
does
TV
get
show.
a little feature.
Yeah, he was in a video game I played, which was a really good game actually. What was it called? It was called Immortals: Phoenix Rising, and it was actually quite good. I didn't finish it, but it was quite good.
Yeah.
Because you went round and you had to rescue you had to rescue 4 gods. Because all the other gods have been taken prisoner by one of these big old titans. I can't remember his name. It is an actual titan as well. I can't remember his name. But yeah, and then you're on this island, and there's 4 gods that you have to rescue. It's Hephaestus, Aphrodite, Athena, and Ares. Or Ares, I would say. And every time when you save one of them, you get a power and stuff. Anyway, and you got to rescue Hephaestus, and you got to go to like his land, and it was pretty cool. That was one of the other times I saw him. The Percy Jackson, and then he's also in. I think it's Wrath of the Titans.
Oh yeah.
And he's played by Bill Nighy.
Sorry, he's played by Bill Nye.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why does that work?
It works, but he's literally like he's like the crazy person you see on the street because he's just on an island alone with Cyclopses, and he's yelling at a copper owl he created,
Yeah.
and he's just yelling at this owl, and then he's talking as if it's responding to him, but it's not. And they all just look at it, and all the Perseus and all the heroes, and they're looking at him like, the hell. And and it was quite good. He did die, sadly, but he was quite good.
Oh.
I know.
Rest in peace, Bill Nye.
He's old now, isn't he? 70s.
Yeah, I think so. He did like a Netflix reboot of Bill Nye the Science Guy, I swear, like a few years ago. I might be making that up, actually. That does sound like a fever dream I've dreamt.
Sound like it, because I'm talking about the actor Bill Nye, and you're talking about Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh my god! This is riveting stuff.
Alright. Riveting stuff.
Bill Nye.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about now. I was picturing Bill Nye the Science Guy. Which is why I looked at you. Like, what do you mean Bill Nye is Hephaestus? And also, why does that make sense?
I guess. Yes. Riveting stuff.
This is so very much on brand for the podcast.
I know.
We're so on topic. How about we move on to some questions?
Yes. What have your Tumblr people given you?
Okay, so the first one is, do you know any way to deal with doubting everything? I came from an atheist house and have problems with believing in faith. I believe in deity, spirits, and magic. Yes, but on the same time, I doubt absolutely everything, and everything feels like a coincidence. Rather than sign or response, because that is how I was, a sign or response rather than how I was raised. But I want to change, so any ways or exercises, something? Thank you. So, have you got any tips for that? Before I ramble on a little?
I can't give you a answer to not doubt everything, because I still doubt everything, and I'm 19 years old here. I mean, I understand that, because I also come from an atheist family, sort of. My got my nan and my aunt are Christians, but everyone else is atheist. I've got to blind myself. In terms of just, I guess it's just sort of find, like I did. I found my own way, so you can believe everything is a coincidence if you want to, but you haven't got to. So this is sort of, I think, for me personally, I'd say it's just a matter of finding your own path and not letting others tell you what is. And you can believe it. You can believe something if you want to believe it. You haven't got to. Especially, but it is especially hard if you come from an atheist background.
Yeah. I second that, and also say doubting everything is so healthy. Please don't lose that. Please, because I think we have this tendency to be like, I'm doubting everything, I need to get rid of that, I need to just blindly trust everything. And have you seen some of the bullshit people say online? Especially about like spirituality and witchcraft?
Oh, I love annoying those people online. It brings me such good joy, honestly.
The things that they come out with. Please keep doubting everything.
Honestly.
Because the worst thing you can do is lose that. And I guess sort of, lean into it. I think we tend to view in spirituality and religion, we're like, you need to stop doubting everything, you need to kind of be one way. You know, there's this thing to conquer.
Sorry, and also this whole thing of, not to insult any religion, but nearly all religions do say trust in your God. Don't always trust in your God. No offence. Trust in yourself as well.
Also, I mean, absolutely no disrespect, but have you seen the Greek gods? Not to be slightly disrespectful, but like, you're gonna place your trust in them. Okay. Like, go for it, but are you sure? I do sometimes see people say things. It's fascinating the way people characterize gods, but I've seen some people be like, you know, I love and trust Zeus with my life. You know, he's my father. And I'm like, are we thinking of the same Zeus? Like, all the more power to you if that's what you believe, but like, wholly and fully? No boundaries?
It's not my favourite thing is a meme I saw of the Disney movie Hercules, and this is a sidetrack, and it was.
Hercules.
I know that film is good despite its inaccuracies. It is good. But it's just my favourite part is that someone took a picture from the end where Zeus and Hercules are hugging or whatever side by side, and someone put the most inaccurate part of this movie, that Disney portrayed Zeus to be a loving father.
Oh. That's not wrong, actually. I can't. There's no rebuttal.
Nah. There's no loopholes or wiggle room. That is just kind of true. I just see all these people and they're like, I wholly and fully trust Zeus, and I'm like, you know, the last time people did that, he turned into a swan. Like, if you do that, he will start, you know. Yeah, he'll start getting jiggy with you.
Getting jiggy with you. Oh my god.
Or give you a box and then you end up opening it.
He'll put you through some trickery fuckery.
Or he'll make you fall in love with you, get pregnant and eat you, and then about a couple of thousand years later, it has his skull cracked open.
Yeah.
That's my favourite story about the birth of God as well, Tafina.
It's one of my favourite things when people are like, so is Greek mythology like just like the Bible? I'm like, in some ways.
It's got the flood in it. Has the story of the flood and an ark.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I'm sure someone much smarter than us has come up with like a list. But neither of us are academic enough.
I mean, you are an academic.
Yeah, and this is not my speciality. It literally is. Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, going back to the question, there are no exercises. This isn't like a textbook. Just
it's just
feel,
sort of make your own way.
Vibe with it. That's a really rubbish answer.
It's not. It's because there's no set answer. Everyone will give you a different answer, but there's no set answer. It's just you got to find your own path and see what works for you.
Honestly, I always say to people who are like new to paganism and witchcraft, I'm like, if you want a list of answers, if you want exercises and a textbook, the Bible is right there.
Exactly.
Paganism is not the religion. Witchcraft is not the space for, hey, I want someone to tell me step by step what to do.
There are rules, there are laws, some could say, of what you can and cannot do, but you'll find that in any religion. But it's just that, correct me if I'm wrong, but in paganism, they're a lot more flexible and not as, and the punishments aren't as horrific.
Yeah. I mean, it's so nice not constantly fearing eternal damnation for, I don't know, having a low-cut top.
Yeah. Or fearing eternal damnation because I've got 4 tattoos on my skin.
How dare you?
I know, right? How dare I have this giant skull and serpent on my arm?
That sounds sick. Actually, I want that. I'm jealous.
I don't know if I can see it. Or how dare I wear a shirt with a pentagram and Baphomet, or however you pronounce his name.
Oh yeah, nice.
How dare I wear that?
Very appropriate for the podcast. I appreciate.
It was on my bed and just threw it on.
Okay, well you could let me pretend that you dressed up for this.
Sorry.
You picked it out specifically.
Sorry. Yes. No. Yes, I picked it out specifically for the podcast. Totally.
Thank you. Ooh, I'm interested in this. Do you do any spell work at all?
I haven't for a very long time. I used to, back, when was this? 2021, I think it would have been.
Ooh.
It was a while ago. I feel old for that.
That feels like a year ago, but...
It does as well, that's weird. Yeah, I used to. Not so much anymore, for like just time and effort. And also I haven't got any back when I did them, I had reasons. I had a lot of reasons why I was doing them, but I don't really anymore. Now I just like to insult people because they're factually inaccurate.
That is the best.
It's fun, more fun.
I have a question then. This is more philosophical than practical. I have heard that spells actually use your energy or something that you already have now or restored in the future to fuel that. Is it true? What exactly happens during a spell?
I mean, I'm always out of energy, but well, as much as I can remember, because my memory is shocking recently, it does tire you out, yeah. You do feel drained, but to be fair, it's completely understandable if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of you to do it, especially depending on what you do. It takes a lot of it.
I don't
do
know.
you ever feel drained?
I do, but I think necessarily viewing it like the spell takes energy from me and I get something in return relationship doesn't work if you then, I don't know, maybe your spell's invoking a deity. So how does that work? How do you add that into the equation? I just think it's too simplistic.
But also, everything, not to sound like this something out of a book, but everything demands sacrifice.
Yeah.
Even if it's something small, like your energy.
Do you know who you sound like?
I feel really. Oh, please don't say something bad. What?
Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time.
Oh, you know what? No, that's fine. Actually, hang on. Is it this one? No. Hang on. If the camera will be able to show you my phone. This is my screensaver, by the way.
Oh my god.
This is my home screen.
Rumpelstiltskin is your screensaver.
My home screen. My lock screen is fan art from the Alien films.
That's so cool.
But everyone else has like their dogs or their loved ones. I don't want those. I want those.
Rumpelstiltskin is your loved one.
My friend. I tell you what. When I was younger, my mum was actually scared that I was going to become like him.
Like, really?
Not fully, because she's not a believer in all this stuff. But she was more afraid I was going to turn into a murderer.
Oh.
Because that's how I do it. I take on the characteristics of like characters I watch on TV. So.
Oh, I see.
And my friends all call me that as well because of how. No, because I don't laugh normally. And I used to laugh a lot like him, and I still do, ish.
I feel so bad for the actor. I think it's Robert Carlyle because I can't separate him. Like every time I've seen him in something else, I'm just like Rumpelstiltskin. No matter how good at acting he is.
What? So like the full Monty?
Yeah, he's just always Rumpelstiltskin in my brain.
Or Trainspotting, sorry.
Just always Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
We're so good at answering these questions. We just instantly derail.
Yeah. But no. It does drain. It does drain one of energy. There's no way of, I'd say, preventing that, because it's going to happen.
But also, literally everything drains you of energy, as you were saying.
Yeah, everything in life drains of energy. Yeah, God, yeah. Yeah. So, all I could advise is if you're going to attempt something like that, do it when you feel energized, when you feel active, because then the come down won't be as bad.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do it if you're feeling groggy, then you're gonna feel it worse.
Also, I fully believe that the best time to do any sort of spell work is right before bed in your pajamas, because then you can just crash afterwards.
Exactly, you get good sleep.
Do not do a spell before you have a 3-hour meeting. You will die. Unless it's a 4-3-hour meeting, I guess. Why?
It wasn't 3 hours, but it was a long meeting. When was that? I did do it. I think. No, it wasn't a meeting. It was. I did it before a maths lesson. That's why.
Oh, that's even worse than a 3-hour meeting.
Yeah, it's fine. I failed it.
I'm not a maths girly. Exactly. I can tell you as a humanities student. I can't say that. I do archaeology. You do use maths and archaeology.
You definitely do maths and archaeology.
So much maths. But for classics, do you know dates? Actually, the most struggling thing about classics is counting backwards. because of BC.
Oh yeah.
That boggles my brain
BC,
still.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, it's 5 years later than 28 BC, so it's 23 BC. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I've spent like all day in lessons and I'm so used to counting backwards from BC that someone will tell me a real life present date. And I'm like, oh yeah, 5 years later than 2004, 1999. And they're like, what are you...
I wish it was like that. It'd be so much more fun.
Oh my... I'm not sure it would be.
It would, because well, I don't know. I don't want to relive the pandemic.
It's like, also, do you want to go back to the 50s?
A little bit, yeah.
What about, like, I don't know, I was gonna say Middle Earth, the Middle Ages even.
Oh, can I go back to both? I'd love to go to Middle Earth. I would suit the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Even though they probably burn me, I would suit the Middle Ages.
Actually, yeah, this is a witch podcast. We're all gonna be burnt.
Oh, I'm a homosexual. They'd burn me anyway.
It's like bingo for the reasons that they'd burn us.
Yeah.
Except you don't get bingo at the end. You don't get anything, just death.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
This is such a... Oh, actually, I do have a question for you, because you know mythology.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Somebody ages ago asked me about werewolf gods.
Okay.
Do you know any? Or wolf-related?
The only thing that springs to mind is Romulus and Remus.
Ooh, that's a good shout. I didn't even think about those. Because I immediately went to Fenrir from Nostology.
Yeah, there's that.
And then I was
Romulus
like,
and Remus. That's more in. It's slightly in Christianity, but it's more in the satanic religion.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fun.
Yeah, the twins in Rome who suckled out the teat of a wolf. Yeah, I know it would. I can't think of any in Greek. The closest,
There must be.
the closest I can think of would be Kerberos. It's a bit hard to see, but he's not a wolf, nor is he a god.
I mean, he's sort of a dog,
Yeah.
which is close enough. What's his brother's name? I'm googling this. I promise I have an encyclopedic knowledge. He has a brother. Orthus! That one. Who's the two-headed dog that guarded Gerion's cave and was killed by Heracles. Yep, I remember now.
Does that hang on? Does that mean that they're the third brother with just one head?
No, and I'm devastated.
And is the ancestor of all domesticated dogs?
I wish. No, well, their siblings are... Oh, God. Big note that I'm remembering from the top of my head. The Sphinx, and their mother's the Echidna and Typhon.
Typhon, sorry. The game I was talking about, the villain is Typhon.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. That...
Come full circle.
Yeah, anyway, werewolf god. Remus. Yeah, then there's Fenrir in Norse, son of Loki.
Do you know any Egyptian gods? I don't. I am not.
Osiris, Anubis. Oh bugger, what's his name? Osiris, Anubis. Ow, my head. Set. So Osiris and Set were brothers, or are brothers, sorry. I know Set was their father created the earth, and he sent these two sons down, Osiris and Set, down to earth. However, he made Set unable to have children, but let Osiris do that and become king of gods. Then Osiris, There's Anubis, who is sort of the god. He's sort of he's a bit in a cross between Hades and Chiron, really.
Anubis is the one
sorry.
with the wolf head.
Yes.
So maybe
he's both guardian of the underworld, but he's also the one who takes the souls.
Oh, so they just combined, Thanatos and Hades. Cool. That's sick.
Who else is there? I should know this because I was really into Egyptian mythology when I was younger as well. You've lost me now. Hang on, I'm gonna have to Google them because I can picture them, but I can't tell you their names.
Honestly, I know so little. You could just make shit up, and I believe you wholeheartedly.
That was it. Horus. That was the other one. Jesus Christ, that shot me. Jesus. Not Jesus. He's not one of them.
No, I don't know who's an Egyptian.
Right. No. Yeah. Yes. There's Osiris. Horus. I mean, I'll mention this one, but there is one called Isis.
Yep.
Yeah. Set. Ta. I can't pronounce this one. It's R-E, but I'm going with Re or Ra. I could be Ra actually. Hathor, Toth, Bastet, Ammon. They're the main ones. Yeah.
Wow, I need to brush up on my knowledge, clearly. Well, I think that's all the questions I have, unless you've got anything else you'd like to add.
No.
Thank you very much for joining me.
That's alright.
Thank you very much for listening to this week's episode of Witches Collection Chronicles. Apologies for the mic issues, and I hope to see you next week. Stay curious.